Here's how to flush like a boss. No, it's cheap. So this is a oil boiler, Magnaclean, all cleaned up. Just going back in. The idea is to clean this with a eBay power flusher, quite an old one. I think it's a can't remember the name now. I'll have to check on it. Something Rothenberger Rocal 20, something like that. Reverse and kind of forward flush. No magnetics in it, but obviously this is the magnetic filter on the return of the boiler. So this is the radiator I wanted to pick on, the one in the kitchen. I thought this would be quite simple. I had to fiddle around with the fittings that came with it. So yeah, it needed like a little bit of preparation work. I put the flush unit in a plastic bucket. I've seen this done just to sort of stop any water going on the floor. The unit is old, but 120 quid. I think it's an ex-hire one. You can't really grumble. So I isolated the radiator, lock shield down, and then the TRV digital one, switched it off. So that isolated the circuit, and then it was just a case of plumbing the thing in. I have got a central heating pump adapter, and that's the next one I'm going to do, is connect it to the boiler itself. But for now, this was just connecting to a radiator in the house. The chemical I used was Sentinel X800. It's about £20. I didn't really want to go for the more expensive acid flushing with neutralising. I just thought it was a bit way over the top. This system's been cleaned out before, taking all the radiators off and just flushed them out with a hose to get the black gunk out. And the Magnaclean's been on for over a year, so wasn't expecting too much, but I just wanted to give this a go. But yeah, so I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't leak, the pump works. It was a bit noisy on this radiator, and we had to move it to another radiator later, but we'll have a look at that. It's good to use an RCD as well, just to be on the safe side, water and electrics. Out of interest, the hire places do these. I was looking at between 60 and 100 a day. So for me, that's a drive of 20-30 miles to go and get one. So it's just easy to get one for 120 quid off eBay, use it, and then just sell it again. So yeah, all connected up, came with the pipes. That one's got a little bit of a leak, but I'll sort that out later. I certainly don't want this stuff going everywhere. So really, the thing to do, I just read up on all of this, and you kind of like isolate all the, you kind of isolate all the radiators, switch them all down, the lock shields, the TRVs, and then you just open one up at a time and let the thing do its work. And you get this sort of like effect going on. So it's like a sort of steamy kind of thing. What I did, because I wasn't sure if I could run the central heating system. I just didn't think it would, what it was going to do. So I switched the heated towel rail on. It's got a backup like a electric heater in it. So I just switched that on. Immersion heater, that's what I was thinking of. So yeah, switched that on to heat the whole thing up. This is me adding the Sentinel X800. Weirdly enough, bought that off Amazon, and it was like a thick, well, for one, the packet was in French, and two, it was quite a sort of gloopy colour inside. I think it may have been old stock, so God knows if it was any good, because the next one I bought didn't look like that at all. It's more orange than a like milky colour. It had like new formula written on it, so I don't know. Looky likey X800. So yeah, chuck the whole bottle in and just let the whole thing go through. I can't understand how I think British Gas back in the day were charging 600 to do this sort of thing. I know the machines are pretty spectacular now, got like two, magnetic filters, and you see the YouTubes where people pull the things out and it's just full of black gunge. But I mean, come on, this isn't like rocket science. These things, I think the machines are way overpriced as well. They're kind of like well expensive. But again, if people are charging 500-600 quid a day, no wonder they're expensive. So yeah, this is the thing going, and literally this was going most of the day. I did give it a couple of breaks, but it does. I mean, I was doing it for about 5 to 6 hours, going up and down the stairs, switching radiators off, switching them on, doing all that kind of thing. So you can't just like connect this thing up and then just leave it. You sort of got to follow a little bit of a method on it. So yeah, the X800, I left that a few days before. I think it's supposed to be in the system maximum, or we should be draining it after 24 hours, but people have left this in for a whole year. It's like a polymer based sludge clearer. It's not like the acidic ones, so heat exchangers, be it aluminium, alloy, should be fine. So yeah, this is where I moved it to in the end. This is a different radiator in the hallway, because the one in the kitchen, the flow wasn't that great, and the pump was kind of making screeching noise, but in here it was fine. So yeah, just running the flow back and forth, just looking at the stuff that's coming out. There's some sort of lumpy bits that did come out, but yeah, if you're doing this on a system that's never been done before, you're going to get that would look black, whereas mine really didn't. But yeah, the thing just keeps going and going. I think it uses about 300 watts, so it's not a massive amount, but and it's not that noisy. I mean, this was in the house going all day, so a lot of the time people use like longer pipes and just have the unit outside, obviously for the noise isolation. If you're doing this for a customer, I guess they'd get pretty peeved off with like this running all day long in the house. So yeah, this is the beast. This was the Magnaclean. It wasn't spectacular when I first put this in. It was a lot better than that, but I kind of like didn't expect a huge change. But what I've noticed really in the last sort of week since I've done this is that the Magnaclean started to pick up more and more stuff. It's quite a good idea to sort of start hitting the radiators as well. You can get the hammers and that, but I was just using a wooden spoon. And now I'm pushing up and down the TRV just to open and close the circuit really quick, and then just giving it a tap all round with the wooden spoon. But the radiator's a bit manky, got like surface rust there where dogs are wet, salty water lay against the radiator, and it just like starts rusting the thing. So yeah, just tap all the waterways, loosen up all the crud. One good top tip I've seen is that on the copper pipes down there, if you get a magnet, if you think you've got a blockage in a part of pipe, just put the magnet on the pipe. Where there's no blockage, it won't stick, but where there's a blockage, it's magnetic, the kind of sludge. So manganite, is it? I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, it will stick. So that's quite a top tip actually. If you need to chop out a piece of pipe that's blocked, run a magnet against it, and that will give you an indicator as to where the thing's actually blocked. Manky radiator alert, look at it, it's horrible. Banging the insides. That's the thing with the double radiators, it's hard to get on the other side, the inside part near the wall. All you can do is like bang a load near the joints where one single's jointed in the rear. Yeah, so banging it all round, loosen up all the sludge, keep your power flusher going, and head out on the highway. No, not quite. You want to keep an eye on this because things do go wrong, and that pump is pumping a lot of water, so I would never leave it unattended. You might come back to a complete mess. So yeah, got my trusty assistant here to help with the dog, checking that it's all been done properly. This is just me putting a torch on the pipe, but yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, give me a shout. Keep an eye out on eBay for these tools, these pumps. They're quite cheap, and yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to leave a comment, subscribe, be good. Be good to get some more subs, and I'll catch you again soon on another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.
want to do side flip and back flip. He wouldn't want to see it. He's showing his pants now. It's really, really funny. Hello, funny man. Can you see how funny it is? It is so hilarious. Look. It's like Spider-Man doing back flips and front flips. See? He's unstickable. See? He does 4-leg crouch. See?